Sitting
enjoy
here.
the beauty of the flower.
Namaste.
Like the Eckhart Tolle thing.
Sitting here with Guido Weijers.
Yes.
In Holland, a famous comedian.
Mhm.
Have you ever done shows in English?
Never.
Is that maybe a wish of you?
No. And I'll explain why. I don't need to explain it. In the next 10 minutes, you'll find out
Yeah.
that I just speak broken English. So that's why I never had the desire to go to England to perform there, because I'm very busy in Holland.
Yeah.
So why go overseas?
You participated in the movie Who is Alice?
Yeah.
With your dear friend Paul Smith.
Yes.
What was your role in this movie?
Actually, my role was not specified. I did some co-writing. I did some directing, especially on the comedy parts in the movie. But I also build up the camera and sometimes and help the people on the set with everything. So for me it was just I have a year off now.
A sabbatical?
Yeah, a sabbatical. So I just told Paul. Of course, I was helping him with the script and the writing, but I thought, yeah, I'm off. So if you want to have me for 3 weeks, just say when it is, and I'll be there.
Yeah.
So I could do everything. Yeah.
And did this experience of 3 weeks making the movie Who is Alice fill your heart with joy making movies? Is there
Mhm.
maybe going to be a movie now with Guido
Oh no!
as an actor, or?
No, I'm not an actor. So if there's going to be a movie, it was nice working for the movie, and it was nice being backstage this
Yeah.
time, and it was nice. The creative process was really nice, and it was really exciting to see what all must have been in Paul's mind, because he was taking care of everything, and everything was well prepared, and he wrote the script, so he was the only one who knew the story from A to Z, from and back again. And so when anybody had a question, everybody went to Paul, and he did such a great job. And because he's a good friend of mine, I was really enjoying to see that he was never out of control. He was just so well prepared, and yeah, amazing.
You are used to being in front of the cameras,
Mhm.
standing on a stage with the lights and the makeup.
Mm-hmm.
How is it for you, and maybe to stay in terms of non-duality and your ego, how is it to be backstage all the time? Is it freeing, liberating?
Yeah, it was really nice to see that that the casting was really well done. So all the actors gave what we asked. They delivered what we wished for, what we hoped for. So then you can really enjoy being behind the cameras. If somebody is not delivering, then there might be a thought in your head that says, I could do it better.
Yeah.
But it didn't pop up in my mind, because all the actors were really cool. And sometimes we had to push them, and sometimes it took 5 takes or 6 takes to get them where we wanted. But in the end, the results are so nice. So I was never jealous, or I had never the ego that I wanted to be in front of the camera. I was really enjoying how good they can act. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a funny movie. It's a comedy.
Yeah. We call it a how do you say it?
Philosophical comedy, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That. Philosophical comedy. Philosophical comedy.
Yeah. A comedy with brains.
Mm-hmm.
You're used to making jokes in theaters, and you used to tell jokes
Yeah.
more times than often.
Yeah, sometimes 200 times a
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
How do you keep that joke fresh and new so that you can bring it to the audience? It's the first time you tell them.
Yeah. I think there's a difference between performing live and being in front of a camera, because a live audience always responds in a different way. So it's like a tennis a match. You're hitting a ball and it will come back, but you don't know where. That's with the audience the same. You don't know where the ball will come and where you have to hit. But when they are filming, it's only on you. Only you can make the difference. So the camera is always on the same spot. So the next take, it can only be different if you are different.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's actually on stage really easy to keep the joke fresh, because it's every day a different environment, a different theater, different audience.
Yeah.
But I think for an actor to prepare his lines and to stand in front of the same camera, then the 7th take, or the 8th or the 9th, must be exhausting. Yeah.
Did you learn anything during those 3 weeks, which you can maybe implement in your theater show? Did you think, I never thought about that, doing it this way, that way?
No, not for theater, I think. But I did learn that not everybody has a natural sense of comedy, natural feeling for how you should tell a joke, or where you should put the emphasis in a sentence, or emphasize on that word, and then you tell it. Sometimes you have to tell it 3 or 4 or 5 times, and they still don't get it. So that's a learning process. That you see that not everybody has the same skills. Yeah.
And do the English have humor?
Of course they have.
Yeah?
Yeah. There were some people on the set that really had to learn it, but there were also some. Actually, just one guy. He was just bam there in comedy. And Kelly and Lee, Kelly Lawrence and Lee Brace. They are both so funny, and we don't have to tell them anything about timing or about how to throw a line. They know already, and they even add more comedy to it. So that was a joy to work with them. Yeah.
Can we see you in the movie, in a cameo maybe appearance somewhere?
I'm gonna be famous, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm an extra somewhere in the back, and I'm blurry, and there's light coming from outside, so I think the only thing you'll see is just a yeah.
No bartender.
No. And I didn't want to have lines, or don't let me talk English, because it's just, you hear that I'm not from England, so it's better for the movie just be in the background, only walking. And I think it might be 1 second.
Okay, more than that.
If it's in after the edit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite scene from the movie Who is Alice?
Wow. Actually, the last few days, we found out that there are 5 or 6, for me, key scenes in the movie, which were already in the script, really nice, and that are the more the scenes with some kind of message in it. I don't know if it's a spoiler if I say it now, but there are actually, in the end of the movie, we make wat is een samenvatting? We make a
wrap up.
A wrap up, and there's a flashback from everything what happened in the movie, and we talk about the movie in the end, and we made a wrap up of some of these really nice parts, philosophical thoughts, philosophical thoughts. All these nice thoughts in the movie, they were really, we just wrapped them up, and I thought, okay, there are a lot of nice dialogues with a message. Sometimes there's a really, really strong. It can be life changing for some people. Yeah.
For Dutch national television, you did the wrap up of a whole year, and that was also with a message. It was not only humor. Maybe that's why you like it so much.
Yeah, when the message is good. When the message is like you have to do this or you have to do, then I don't like it. But if it gets me thinking as an audience or as a viewer when I watch TV and it gets me thinking about what they're saying, that's what I really love. Yeah, it has to be. Comedy opens people, and then you can also just shove a message in it.
Yeah. Is there anything you find interesting about this team called Nonduality, or do you think it's all a load of rubbish? How does that work for you?
I think non-duality doesn't exist.
Not as a term, or not as a...
It's, if they say that everything is an illusion, then also non-duality is an illusion. But the point is that there are some things in life that you have to deal with, even if you say everything is illusion. Yeah, but I'm still a witness of my body. I'm still I feel or I think. Therefore, I am. That's what I think. So you have to deal with that. But I think the strongest message of non-dualism is that you have to embrace everything. You can embrace pain, you can embrace joy, but whatever comes on your path, just embrace it. Don't feel attacked by it, or don't just let it come as it comes and let it go.
Yeah.
When you have to let go. Yeah.
And that's what you do also, I think, when you're on stage, because if someone walks inside the theater naked, you have to respond to this.
Of course,
you
you
can't
deny it.
No.
It's one of the main aspects when you are on stage. Even when an audience is not laughing, for example, the first thing in stand-up comedy that you learn is deal with it. Say something about it. If something is awkward, when a glass falls or when somebody makes noise or the telephone rings, sneezes, everybody in the audience already heard it.
Yeah.
So then do something with it. Don't deny it, embrace it, and make the best of it. Yeah. But I think that's just a law in comedy or law in theater. And yeah, when you say that loud like this, it can be a non-dualistic thought, but maybe it can.
Is it for you that when people come to see you in theaters and start laughing, that they lose themselves or lose their ego? How does that work for you?
I think laughing in general is putting off a mask, because then you let go, and there are some. When you ask people when were you happy, most of the time their answer exists their answer is about a moment that they weren't aware of what was happening around them. I was happy when I was sunbathing, I was happy when I was snowboarding, but they didn't think about what would happen, what happened in the past or what would happen in the future. Yeah. They were in that moment. When you laugh, it's exactly the same. When you're in a theater and you laugh, you're not thinking during laughing. You're not thinking, okay, I have to get the tickets for tomorrow's. No, you're just in the moment laughing, and I think that's at that moment you're freed from desire. You're freed from fear, because you're just in the moment. So that's what laughing and laughter does with people.
And how is that for you as a performer? Are you still Guido Weijers when you're standing on stage? Or do you lose yourself also? How does that work?
In every case, I just am who I am. But when, so I don't know how.
You're not taken over by something.
Sometimes, and those are the special evenings when you are having so much joy and that then you let go the feeling that you need to please the audience because you're already doing and it's going by itself and you. I don't know if it's an English saying, but in Holland it says it feels like you get wings, and that you can fly, and those are the best evenings. If the audience let you, because sometimes you want to fly and the audience
they pull you down.
I think it's always together. I can't fly when the audience doesn't want me to, and when the audience is really crazy, then I don't have to do anything. It's just I'm just enjoying the moment.
Yeah. So it's just like you said before, with the response to a joke, it's always a different evening, even when you're performing the same show.
Yes.
It's because of the audience.
And because of me.
Yeah. Because of your state of mind, or if you slept well, or. It
can be anything. Sometimes I came in really tired, exhausted, and I had to perform, and for the first time I remember now one time I was in Maastricht in the south of Holland. For the first time I had to perform there, I thought that they sold 300 tickets and the room could hold 900 people, and I thought, wow, this is going to be bollocks. This is just, it's not even half filled with people, and so it was really I didn't want to go to Maastricht, and then I came there, and in the last week we had some ads in the university and in the so I was really exhausted. It wasn't a good feeling for me, and then 10 or 5 minutes before I had to go on stage, the manager of the theater came to me and said, "Okay, Guido, you have to hurry. There are 800 people waiting." I said, no, just 300. No, there are 800 people waiting. I said, oh gosh. And then I came up on stage and I was already surprised. And that was magic that night, And now I'm already prepared for 900 because it's sold out. Hey, I will go there. It's sold out always. So now I have to get the magic moment from something else. From laughter, from the energy of people. And how come, Guido, final question, because we're talking way too much, but it's I'm so interested. How come that if you do a little bit of improv, that the audience reacts so strongly to that? Do they feel it, that it's fresh, or what's that? I think that's exactly how you say it. When something is fresh, when something is, then the audience, when you improvise, the audience realize that they're not the only one who's just in the moment, but also the performer, also the comedian is just enjoying the moment, and it's not in terms of non-duality. It's not me that invented the joke. No, it just pops up in your mind, just like on your computer screen when you have Windows, and it's just, and you can't deny it. You have to click it. And when I'm improvising with the audience, when somebody screams something, just something pops up, and I can't deny it. I have to press the button to remove it. So it has to get out, and the audience always feel this is special. He didn't do this yesterday. He won't do this tomorrow. He will not do this tomorrow. But we are in the now, and we are. That's always a big plus in the show.
And ever tried that joke the next evening again, and then did it work also? Or?
Of course, you try to have the same magic moment the next evening, but there still should be some coincidence, or just rewrite the joke so that it will work always. But exactly the same. There you need still some kind of coincidence again. Sometimes you can ask for it, or you can push it a bit in the direction where you can get an answer from the audience. But still, they have to feel that it's fresh. Otherwise, they will just, they just know that it's made up.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for this nice chat.
You're welcome.
People should see the movie. Who is Alice?
Of course,
Hey.
yeah. It's okay. The word again. Philosophical. And it's really funny, and it can change your life.
Oh.
I really think so. Yeah.
Thanks, Guido.
You're welcome.